Hello everybody, welcome. I'm Caroline of CB Wellbeing and I'm going to be taking you through a short energy set of Tai Chi Qigong. These are just 5 moves that you can do anytime you feel the need just to recharge, rebalance, reconnect and just come back to yourself for a little while. So we're going to start with a very short warm-up exercise. So you want to make sure that your feet are in a hip width, so your feet in line with your hip bones. And we're just going to soften our knees. We don't want the knee joints locked out. We want to just keep them slightly soft. And then we're going to bring our focus to our belly button. And we're just going to start to turn the belly button to the left and to the right, keeping your hips as still as you can, just turning through the waist. And allow your shoulders to relax, your arms to relax. Any tension, just let it drain down your arms and out through your fingertips. And this exercise in itself is a good way just to rejuvenate, to get the blood flowing around the body, get your energy flowing again. So you can do this as a standalone movement anytime you feel you need a little bit of a boost throughout the day. So when we're doing the 5 moves in a moment, please remember the main rule is not to be doing anything that hurts. If you're doing a move and it does start to hurt, try making that movement a little bit more gentle. Make the movement smaller. You can stop and take a break and join in again when you feel ready. Or even take a seat and just join in with the arm movement. So I'll be giving you the breathing pattern that goes with each movement, but please don't feel you have to follow this, as it does take time to be able to coordinate the breath with the arm and the leg movement. And any time you feel you need to, make sure that you're just releasing the legs, the knees, the arms, the shoulders. Just remembering that we don't want to be doing anything that hurts. So when you're ready, just allow this movement to wind down to a stop. And now I'm just going to take you quickly through the 2 stances that we use in this set. The first one is the hip width. That's our main stance. So your feet are in line with your hip bones, and you want to try and get your feet as parallel as is comfortable for you, but please make sure that your feet are in a comfortable position. And as I mentioned before, we want to make sure our knee joints are soft. We never lock the knee joints out. In fact, we never lock any of our joints out when we're doing our Qigong practice. And then if you can, just engage the tummy muscles. Pulling in the core will help to give some support to the lower back. Shoulders back and down, nice and soft and relaxed. And trying to make sure that you've got a little bit of space between the side of the body and your arm. And what we're doing in our hip width stance is we're very gently rising up through the legs, and then we're softening the knees. And even when we rise up, we're not locking those knee joints out. We're still keeping them nice and soft. And then the next time you come back up to the top, we're going to go into our second stance, which is a side-to-side stance. So we take our weight very gently to one side and then soften both of the knees again. Rising back up, taking the weight through centre to the other side and softening both knees again. Trying, if you can, to make sure that your knees are coming forward over the top of your feet. That's just going to stop you from leaning too much from one side to the other. You want to try and keep your upper body as straight as you can. So bring your weight back to the centre So those are our two stances that we're going to be using in the 5 movements that we're going to go through now. So just release your feet, your knees, your legs, arms and shoulders if you need to, and do that any time throughout the set. So we're just going to prepare for the first movement. Your feet are in a hip width distance apart, your knees soft, arms hanging nice and relaxed at your side. And whilst you're in this posture, just bring your focus to your breathing. Don't force the breath, just observe your natural breathing pattern. And then on your next in-breath, allow your hands to gently float forward. And then on your out-breath, float your hands back down to your side. Rising up through the legs as the hands float forward, and softening your knees as they float back down. And you want to lead with the wrists as the hands float forward, and then leading with the heel of the hands as they float back down. This movement is opening the energy gates. It's opening all the meridians to allow your energy to run freely throughout this short set, so that we can get rid of any stagnant energy that's no longer serving us and replenish with fresh new energy. And trying to balance that energy for optimum health and well-being. And work at your own pace. You don't have to be matching my pace. And we're just going to do 2 more. And our second movement is also a movement in hip width, and it's very similar to the first movement. So we're starting with our knees soft, arms at your sides, and as you rise up through the legs, float your hands forward again. This time turn your palms towards your chest, gently opening the arms at chest height, and then bringing them back together and floating them down as you soften your knees. This movement is opening up the chest area, just allowing your lungs to open so that you can get rid of any stagnant air and replace it with fresh new air. Now the breathing pattern to this movement is breathing in as the arms float forward and open, and out as they come back together and float back down. But please make sure you breathe in a way that is comfortable for you, as this is not an easy move to coordinate the breath to. And let's do 2 more. free to release the legs if you need to. Our next movement is called painting a rainbow, and it's a side-to-side movement. So we're starting in a hip width with our knees soft, arms at our sides. And as you rise up through the legs, float your hands forward, and then at a height that's comfortable for you, bend your elbows. Take your weight over to one side, and as you soften both your knees, float the opposite palm to your weight-bearing leg to the side. Floating that hand back up as you bring your weight to center, and then swapping sides. Gazing with soft eyes at the open palm. Breathing out if you can as your arm floats down. And breathing in as it floats back up. And this is called painting a rainbow, so you can just imagine all those beautiful colours of the rainbow. And just imagine breathing those in, allowing those colours to energise and help balance. So just check you're still working at a height that is comfortable for your shoulders and arms. And let's do 2 more to each side. Slowly floating the hands back down to your side when you finish. You might just want to release the arms and shoulders after that movement. And then we're back into a hip width for the next movement. So knees soft, arms at your sides. And as you rise up through the legs, float your hands forward. And then turn your fingertips to the sky. Slowly separating the hands, and as they float back down to your side, softening your knees again. Breathing in if you can as the hands float up, and out as they're floating back down. And this is a beautiful movement. It's called Happy Days. So you can just imagine if you've got any worries, any concerns, you're popping them onto fluffy white clouds and gently pushing them to one side, just clearing the skies and just allowing yourself to be filled with a sense of positivity and joy. And in your own time, do 2 more. And then for our last movement, we're gathering our hands in front of us, fingertips pointing towards each other. We're in a hip width stance for this last movement. I want you to imagine that you've got a beach ball in front of you. Knees are soft to start off with, but as you rise up through the legs, float your hands up and around the outer edge of that beach ball, turning your hands over at chest height and slowly floating them down as you soften your knees. Matching your in-breath if you can to your hands floating up and your out-breath to them floating down. This movement is balancing the chi. This is balancing all the lovely energy that you've been working with this morning. Sending it to wherever your body needs it the most. Setting you up for a wonderful day ahead. And in your own time, do 2 more. And then to finish, just bring your hands in to the area just below your navel and just allow everything to settle for a few moments. Make sure your body is soft and relaxed. And bring your focus to your breathing. Opening your eyes when you're ready. Releasing your arms. And then stepping out. I hope you enjoyed that short Tai Chi Qigong set. Have a magical day. My name's Caroline of CB Wellbeing. Thank you.